Good, good morning, good morning. Oh, I thought I had to delete some more stories. Good morning, man, with everybody. How y'all doing this morning, man? I know I'm up early. I know. I'm like a little kid the day after Christmas, man. Motherfucker wake up early to go play with his favorite gift. That's me. It's me. Man, yeah, man. So as y'all can see, let me show y'all a little bit. So as y'all can see, you know. Well, let me turn my light on. I got a little light. I got a little light. Shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm chilling. I just ordered me a big picture of you know that y'all probably know my profile picture with my boys Kyrell and Avion. And you know, of course, you know, Kyrell, he passed. But I had ordered a big picture yesterday so I could put in the back. So when I do my recording, like he'll be in every video. That's the you know what? That's the only hard part about all of this, man. Only bad part, right? Is that my son Kyrell is not here to see this, man. He ain't here to see his daddy, you know, um changing, going through these different phases, growing up, you know. We lead by example, you know. Our kids look up to us. Little, you know, you might not know it, your kid be watching everything you do. You ever notice when grown-ups is, you know, back in the day when you know, at gatherings or get-togethers, or you all went by your cousin house or y'all went by your mama friend house, anybody house, and it was just grown-ups and kids, you know, the every time the grown-ups would be in a different room doing whatever, drinking, getting high, it'll always be a few kids, probably everybody just coming in there at different times, like being nosy. Kids watch everything you do. They And you know what? I mean, I understand. You gotta understand that you know it's a child and they're learning, so they watching everything, right? And they following behind you. Little, you know, they them kids, man, they follow us, man. They follow us, and that's why you know I try to spread the word of you know, leading by example, right? Because when kids see you do something, then they want to, you know, they want to, just like if they see you with a gun or, you know, then they want to have one. Or they want, you know, kids is the future, man. And they looking up to us. They are looking up to us, man. And that's the, like I said, that's the only bad thing about this shit, man. That my son ain't here. Kyrell ain't here to see none of this, right? This is shit. Like, I was so happy yesterday. I felt like a little kid again. I felt like a motherfucking little kid. I couldn't stop telling my mama thank you. And I appreciate her, man. I couldn't do it enough, right? It's crazy, right? But, you know, you know, people be, you know, when people be saying stuff like, oh, he know, he watching like that, it be kind of hard to like accept that shit, right? Because he ain't here. He ain't watching, you know, and I think that's the part that hurt, that, you know, hurt the most, right? Like, that feeling of not seeing your child, like, and you know what, I hope when my time come, I swear to God, I pray when my time come, right, that I see him again. I hope I hope I make it to heaven, right? We know where he at. We know where Kyriel at. He in heaven. He was only 13. The boy did so much good in so little time, right? So we know where he at. But do we know where we going? That's the $1 million question, man. You know, we hope to see our loved ones one day. You know, our grandparents and, you know, best and close friends, people that didn't live to see, you know, they see 30 or something. You know, we hope to see them again. You know, I pray one day I'll see my son again. You know, I remember I used to hurry up and try to get to sleep. I used to hurry up and get to sleep, try to get to sleep so I can try to find Kyriel in my dream. Real shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. When you lose a child, man, if you're not strong enough, man, you will lose it. I promise you, you will lose it. If you ain't strong enough or you ain't got no strong enough support system, man, you will lose it. I promise you, you will lose it. And like I said, the circumstances, like, it don't get no worse than mine. Like, you got to remember, everything was going normal, right? Normal day. 8 o'clock at night, you know, shit, he started having breathing problems, and it went from 0 to 100 that fast. There was no time, like, oh yeah, get him dressed, let's get, no, wasn't none of that. Wasn't none of that. I can't breathe. We gave him his nebulizer while we on the phone with 911. They telling us, don't give it to him. They telling us like that's making it worse. How the fuck is it make? Why is this even in our house if it's making it worse, man? Like, y'all never heard me place blame on nobody, man. Never, right? And you know, I'm grown, right? I can't. You can't. You gotta. It's 2025. You gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch how you say it, right? Now I know that, that the ambulance and fire people, I know they didn't kill my son, right? I know they didn't. But you know, I believe if they would have tried a little bit harder, I believe my son would have made it. I really do. I really do. Like I said, my son he was alive when them people came through that door. When them people came through that door, it was crazy, right? When they got out the thing, I'm wondering to myself, like, where's their oxygen machine? Because that's the thing I was thinking about the whole time. Like, okay, they finna bring that oxygen machine, you know, and that can aid him in breathing. But when they got out their vehicles, it wasn't none of that. They didn't have no breathing thing. And then, like I said, they asking my son questions. Like, why would you ask a 13-year-old questions, man, that's having an asthma attack? Like, it didn't make sense, right? I can't, you know, everything happened for a reason, right? I'm blessed and honored, right, for God to call my child home at the age of 13, because in the mind frame that we all think, we think like, okay, God only calls us home when we're worthy enough, right? When God feel like we've completed all life tasks, right? And when we feel like God feel like we're worthy enough to be in heaven, then God calls us home, right? A child is pure. I don't care if they did bad. A child is pure because they don't know no better. They don't know no better, right? But we talking about somebody that knew better. Like, Kyriel was smart. He was conscious. He knew about life, man. Like, that's one thing, man. When I was in that hospital room and I cut his umbilical cord, I knew right then and there, like, you know, I ain't never leaving his life. All my boys, all my kids, man. I knew that. I ain't never leaving their life, and I never have. I seen him take his first breath and his last breath in life. I'm honored. I'm honored to be a part of his life. I swear to God, I'm honored. I'm honored to be a part of a Kyriel life, man. And yeah, like, you know, a few times a week I shed tears, you know. It's a lot of fucked up shit that happens in life, right? That we don't know. We don't know why. You get what I'm saying? And we question that shit, but you ain't supposed to question it, right? But how can you not question it in the world where we trying to find answers and we trying to find our way, right? How can you not? Motherfucker say you can't be mad at God. How can so wait, I can't be so when you was a child, you wasn't never mad at your mom or dad. You probably didn't tell them that because you get your ass whooped, right? But it's times where you was young where you was mad at your mom and dad. So you telling me I don't have the right to be mad at God for taking my child? That's what y'all saying? Like that's how I be feeling, man. You know, I feel like, yeah, I got a right to be mad, right? But I'm not angry at God. That's still my father, right? Still my father. Still the person that took care of me. Still the person that birthed me, right? And I'm gonna do a story. I'm gonna do a story today, right? A video, right? And it'll help y'all understand my relationship with my mom, right? It really help you understand better, right? Because my mom was she was a single mother. My mom and my dad. So I was born in '88, right? I got I got three other siblings, right? I got a I got a big sister. She like 2 years older than me. I got a little sister, and y'all probably like little, but my little sister's only, she probably like exactly a year and like a week and a half younger than me, right? So I'm only a year older than her, barely, right? Then I got a little brother. My little brother, my little brother 32. So all my mama kids in their 30s, right? So my mom and my dad, they was married. My mom and dad broke up in 97. 97, right? My dad, and they say addiction is like hereditary. It can get passed down, right? And I believe it, right? But sometimes some of it I don't, right? Because okay, so my dad he used drugs, right? But my mom, like, she tell me these stories and she say like she used to make sure like my dad came and paid the rent, paid her before he even used drugs and went to the dope man. My mom got hella stories, right? She got stories. My dad had loaned our car out for some crack. My mom was like, oh hell no. She went to the dope man house. Hey, I don't know what y'all two got going on. Hey, but you need to return that van. That's my family van. That's my van. Or the police gonna be at that motherfucker. Hey, motherfucker, return that motherfucker. Motherfucker returned it. See, back in the day, man, people had real honor amongst themselves, man. People had real honor. Yeah, motherfucker take some shit motherfucker take some trade shit, right? But if they know that you took it from your kids or stuff, they ain't even finna man, take that shit back to them kids, man. You get what I'm saying? Like back in the day, the drug dealers had honor, man. They had honor. Like they would, like back in the day, a motherfucker wouldn't sell to a nigga mama, right? Now, oh yeah, all day, all motherfucking day, right? But yeah, man, my mom was a strong woman. My dad was very abusive, and my mom was strong enough to first of all, any woman that's strong enough to put up with it, right? Because no woman should put up with being abused, but any woman that put up with it for her kid, and my mom, she used to protect us, right, from my dad, because we got whoopings. That's why I don't whoop my kids, right? I don't. How I was raised by my dad. When my dad was in the picture, plays a part in how I raise my kids. It ain't has nothing to do with my mom. My mom, like I said, she had 4 kids. When her and my dad broke up, split in '97. Shit, my mom, man, my mama worked a full-time job, right? And she always been in the nursing field, always, my whole life. My mama, she worked all day, so while she at work, we outside being bad as fuck. I'm talking about being bad. Crazy, right? Then my mama started talking to, one of her childhood friends and shit. You know, they started talking. I built a relationship with him. Um, But you know, it's nothing like, you know, your real, you know, your real father, right? But like I said, my mama took care of the bills. We never, man. I didn't grow up going through certain shit that other people went through. Like my mama, we always had a roof over our head, man. We always had food. Like man, you know, yeah, it's them times where shit got rough, right? Where we had to make motherfucking butter sandwiches or man, peanut butter sandwiches or fucking noodles or man, drinking powdered milk type shit, right? But but yeah, so my mom, she did everything she could to, you know, take care of us, right? I was 15 when I went to jail for armed robbery. And I got 5 years, 3 in, 2 out, the serious juvenile offender program, right? And mind you, I'm 15. Just turned 15 too, right? And my mom, up until that point, she did everything she could to take care of us, right? But, you know, I always tell people, like, I chose, what I did in the streets, I chose to do that, right? Because I looked up to the drug dealers. I looked up to the bad people, right? I was already skipping school. I was already skipping school. So, yeah, I mean, motherfuckers looked up to the bad, you know, the bad guys and shit, right? But ain't nobody, I didn't have a father figure around to tell me, like, to drill it in my head, like, man, if you do a crime and you get caught, keep your mouth closed. Just imagine a 15-year-old. It's just like what's going on right now between Finesse 2 Times and Lil King, right? That's a little kid, man, and that ain't even, man. You smoking with that little kid, and you took that little boy out his, you know, man. You don't do no shit like that, man. Back in the day, that type of shit would get you beat the fuck up. I promise you, man. You don't do no. Hey, man, you ain't that boy family. You ain't that boy mama. I can see if you had the blessings from his mama and his dad and his family, right? But he don't have the blessings. He don't. If y'all heard them talk, they was like, hell no, they won't Lil King back. You know? But everything I did, I chose to do, right? You know, my mama did what she was supposed to for us. And if I felt that it wasn't enough, that's my personal reason, right? Cause I was spoiled or whatnot, right? But my mama did everything she could. So I went to jail when I was 15, and they carried on with their life, right? And when I got out of jail, I felt some kind of way, right? And it's nothing that happened, right? It was just like I'm sensitive, right? And I kind of felt like man, they could be coming to see me more than what they coming to see me, right? You know, look, little petty shit, right? But my mama always was there for us. When I got out in '08, that's the last time I lived with my mama, in '08. When I got out and I was on house arrest in my hood, 21st and Hampton. That's the last time I lived with my mama, man. And that's anybody that was on Hampton in '08 summer and y'all remember, comment. And Paulette, if you watch this, you know what I'm talking about. Man, everybody from my hood say that was their best summer ever in their life. Mind you, other people that say, man, yeah, 2-1, 21st and Hampton, yeah, it was cracking, but, when I got out, that bitch started to do numbers. And I'm on house arrest, nigga. I'm bringing the hood to me. Nigga, we got dice game. We got a dice game right here. Dice game a few feet right there. Dice game right there. Bro, it was going down. Females coming from all over Milwaukee just to come to our block and hang out. Y'all think I'm lying? I swear to God, nigga, on my son. I got motherfuckers that can vouch for this shit. I'm talking about in '08 when I say we got, and it wasn't just me. In '08, everybody was getting money on my block, nigga, while I was on house arrest. Nigga, I made a way for everybody to motherfucking eat. Everybody, cause I brought the shit. I brought everything to the block cause I was on house arrest. I'm like, wait, y'all put me on house arrest in my own hood? Oh yeah, and I had just did a few years. Shit, last time I was out, I caught that case in '06, the home invasion. I had to appeal and shit. But man, that's the last time a nigga was out, right? Bro, when I say, hey, it's going down, man. I mean that shit on my mama going down. Nigga, going down. I ain't get off house arrest until October 27th of '08. That's when my juvenile time was completely up. My complete 5 years in '08. So I caught my case in '03. It took me till '08. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Took me to '08. And then when I got on probation, I started my adult probation shit. But yeah, but my mom, my mom always been there, for us. Like, and my mom and my grandma was like real close. My mom was real close to her mom, right? And if y'all know the story, my grandma passed, man, probably, I want to say probably 5 days before my son Kyrell. Like, I took my boys to go see my grandma. My grandma died the next night, and then my son died 4 nights later, right? And seeing my mama go through that with her, it was a fucked up time, right? Because my mama lose her mom first, right? So my mom's grieving. We all grieving for my grandma. And before I can even grieve my grandma correctly, I lose my son in my face. So how the fuck can I grieve my grandma properly and my son, my 13-year-old son, just took his last breath? It was, man, so many times I be feeling like, man, I feel like I get the ass end of the stick, right? I'll be really feeling like that. Like, I get the ass end of the fucking stick. Like, why me? Why me lose, all the shit I've been through. Like, I didn't drop best friends off. 15 minutes later, they get killed. Like, and I used to wonder, like, damn, what the fuck? Like, why me, right? I used to wonder, like, why am I still here? Why did I use drugs for so long and I'm still here? I know people that use one time, and that's it. And the only thing I come up with, God got a purpose for me. And I never knew what that purpose was until recently, right? Never knew what this purpose was. This is my purpose right here. Spread the word about addiction, to fucking spread the word about grief, teach people about grief, change that narrative that, men shouldn't grieve or men can't properly grieve. Like, I'm trying to change that narrative, man. And yeah, I'm a small fly on the wall, right? But I got big dreams, big admirations, right? I know, man. As long as I keep this shit up, this shit gonna pop. It's like you do anything consistently, it's gonna pop. If you use drugs consistently, you gonna pop. You get what I'm saying? So, y'all see I've been doing this shit every day, dropping this shit. Dropping. And now that I got a computer, oh, it's over. Nigga, we finna. Man, anybody wanna do some content with me, let me know. I work with niggas too, but I love women. I love women. I want to have I want to have a group discussion, right, with a woman, right? I want to do some content with a woman, right? A group discussion, right? But I want to talk about a poly relationship. I want to talk about a poly relationship, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell y'all why when I find out who gonna do this content with me. Yeah. So, yeah, but let me end this video, man. I don't want to make it too long for y'all, man. And y'all like, man, this nigga with these long ass videos. So, I'll be back soon, man. I'm dropping today. I hope, you know what? I ain't gonna let the rabbit out the bag yet, man. I ain't. So, let me, I'm gonna put this up. Man, listen. Hey, I got that shit for y'all today. Don't trip. I got that shit for y'all. And like I said, anybody want to make content with me, man, let me know. Let me know. Let's get this shit popping, baby. On my mama. All right, let me put this video up, man. Y'all, everybody have a nice day, man. Today, oh yeah, I forgot to say my regular shit, man. Today it's a rainy ass motherfucking Thursday. Today is Thursday, May 1st. It's the first of the month. Wake up, cash them checks and come on. It's the first of the month. So cash them checks and come on. Oh my mama. Who got a loan for you? No, I'm just playing. I don't need nothing. Let me stop. But yeah, hey, No, I'll tell y'all in the next video. But everybody be cool, be safe, man. I hope everybody have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful first of the month. Peace.